You're watching Expressions in Black on KGW. This is a sponsored presentation created by Heart and Hustle Productions.
I've realized over time that for me, that morning is the most important to just be myself and be comfortable in my space. A lantern,
making ancestors proud. So this is for some people. This images and sunness. This is for sun people, right? I'm confused, man. Hit one if you're confused too.
I've realized over time that for me, that morning is the most important to just be myself and be comfortable in my space. A lantern, the candles, it's just part of what I do, and I don't know how I started. When I could hear the birds or the rain or whatever, I wanted to be as present in that moment as possible in order to do that. I didn't want to turn on my lights. I didn't want to let the rest of the world in yet. Having the opportunity to tell stories through clothing and...
I'm confused, man. This thing is called Expressions in Sun. She has a button that says Sun Designers Matter. Wait a second. Are they saying... Hold on. This is Portland. But still, are they... I gotta let it play a little bit longer.
Having the opportunity to tell stories through clothing and something that my people are rooted in just really transformed my life. The clothes that I love is something that is really meaningful to me. I want something that when I put it on, I can embody what that is. As a homage to like our hair and our culture is really, really important to me. And bringing it into this outdoor space, which is something new, I do genuinely feel like I'm providing people with something that's really good for them. My name is Jocelyn Rice, and this is Expressions in Black.
Okay. Listen, man, I'm not going to be y'all gatekeeper, okay? I'm not going to be sitting at the sun border checking people's green cards. I refuse to do that. Everybody's a sun person, fine. But the fact that she is like making a grand spectacle of the fact that she's a sun person, doesn't that mean that it's not as dangerous and forbidden to be a sun person? Because she doesn't have to. She could identify as anything else. Nombrita, a glider queen. She could identify as anything else. And if it was really as bad as a lot of you sun people say it is in 2022, I mean, 1962, a person that looks like this would never volunteer to be part of your group. I mean, you got redlining. They're redlining you out of communities for no reason at all. There's no reason why they don't want you living around them. Absolutely no reason. It's just they're being mean. You can't vote. You got to fight for your voting rights. Because they're at the voting booths with pitchforks and torches chasing you off. Why would this woman sign up for that?
My name is Jocelyn Rice, and this is Expressions in Black. I love to read history of Black folks in the outdoors. One of the stories that I read that I love the most is the story of Joseph K. Bowler. He created this Jim Crow traveling kit. The stories of folks that you've never heard of still have to be told. It consisted of a pair of old mechanic's coveralls, a little stove. He wasn't allowed in hotels and he would be sleeping out in the wilderness, so his connection is very different. There's so many great books and there's so many people that have already told stories. Why not tell them in this way? It might be Harriet Tubman's story or it might be Angela Exodus' story. It's kind of that connection to a story and ancestry and the outdoors. The artificialness of the world has always kind of bothered me a little bit.
The artificialness of the world bothers you? You're complaining about artificial... the lack of self-awareness. Maybe she is actually someone.
The artificialness of the world has always kind of bothered me a little bit. Like just walking outside and putting my feet in the grass, really bringing it back to the very, very basics. It's just so incredibly peaceful and it is nothing but mine in that moment. It's inside of all of us, but because we have so many other devices around and so many other things going on, like we don't pay as much of attention to it as we used to. When I was working in corporate, I couldn't get my ideas through. They weren't understanding the different connections I was trying to make, understanding that nature and outdoors can mean different things to different people. For me, my hair was a barrier to me getting outside. I wanted to make sure that I was figuring out a way to create something that had meaning in it and that was for a new purpose. So the do-rag seemed like the perfect place to do it. I think do-rags are a form of self-expression. This piece is...
If she would have said, my hair is a barrier to me going outside in front of this sister, man, this sister would have hated her. I'm glad she ain't say that around this sister. This sister would hate her. So let me get this straight. Pocahontas here is making things for son sisters to cover up their hair because she says it's been a problem with her in corporate. You know how the evil glacier gliders didn't like her hair, and stopped her from rising up the corporate ladder because of her hair. I tell you, man, believe it or not, I worked for NASA headquarters, 300 East Street Southwest, Washington, D.C., as an intern during my college years. Then they kept me on afterwards for a year. I've worked for a lot of different places, man. I've been around, man. Been around. I've had a Forrest Gumpian life. Now, I wasn't, charting out mapping out the flight path for the rockets or anything like that. I was just, a bureaucrat, but a bunch of sisters working down there, man. This was 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, and they wore their hair. Trust me, they wore their hair any way they wanted to. And literally, I mean, I'm not saying like figurative, literally, half of them had a different hairstyle every other day. You know how sisters be. They look, you see, Friday, you look, you want to holler at her. Monday, you like, who the heck are you? Wednesday, she like, you got a twin sister? I mean, it's just crazy. Where do they get this stuff from?
I think do-rags are a form of self-expression. This piece is more of one of the activewear pieces. The patterns, the stitching, even how you wear that piece, you can wear it 15 different ways. So if your hair is like it is right now, how do you like to wear it?
I usually tie it around so my puffs can show.
Oh, like out like this, and then that on the top. Yep. It has such a rich history to it. It is for us, and it's so personal to Black folks. You could wear this in the gym. You could wear it just out for a light hike. I mean, and that's the beauty of a do-rag too. It's just that it's so different depending on what you're gonna do that day. I want to see more Black women designing outdoor apparel. Like, we just don't exist there. Let's get over here to the center a little bit. There you go. I want a full-on line. Like, I want rain jackets. I want fishing gear. Like, I want the whole thing. And Black folks can say, I purchased that from Black Earth United. Have you done this before?
Yeah.
Okay, see, you know what you're doing. At the end of the day, I'm still making something that somebody's got to go out into the world in, and it matters how I'm thinking about that product. Before they get sent off to someone, just wanting to set good intention. Every piece I make, I bless it. I put in my best energy, like, because it's me making it. Give it a little good vibe. The connection to the culture is you. Like, all of those things to me really mean something. The intention is very different than what a big company has, but the hustle is exactly the same.